The brutal truth is that 99% of people will never be wealthy. And it's not because they have unworked hard enough. I see it all around me. People busting their humps 7 days a week in dead-end jobs just trying to get by. They go to school, get good grades, graduate with honors, get a great job, save a little money, invest some more, and then retire quietly, and the cycle continues. And while this path may sound safe, predictable, and comfortable, it's also the path less traveled to wealth. Why? Because society has trained us to believe that playing it safe is the smart way to live, but the rich don't play it safe. They take calculated risks, and they don't let fear dictate their actions. Now, I know what you're thinking. Easy for you to say, right? You're successful now, so of course you can afford to take risks. Well, here's the thing. Before I made my first million, I took plenty of risks and lost a lot of money doing it. I was all in before I had a safety net. It's not about having a safety net. It's about taking action. In fact, if you have a safety net, it actually makes it easier to fail. If you don't have a safety net and you fail, you'll be forced to innovate, improvise, and adapt. But if you have a safety net, failure just becomes an option. So let's cut through all the noise. Here are 5 harsh realities most people don't understand about getting rich. No. 1. Most people are not cut out to be wealthy. I know that sounds harsh, but hear me out. Being wealthy requires a different mindset, a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone and take risks that others are unwilling to take. In fact, research shows that only about 8% of the population has the personality traits necessary to become financially successful. Traits like high levels of conscientiousness, openness to experience, extroversion, and emotional stability. The rest of the 92%, no matter how hard they try, just aren't wired for success. And that's okay. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and it's important to play to yours. For example, if you're someone who's highly empathetic but not very assertive, becoming a surgeon might not be the best career choice for you. Likewise, if you're highly logical but not very creative, becoming a poet probably isn't going to pan out either. Instead, focus on developing careers that play to your strengths. That way you can make the most of your natural talents and abilities. Once you identify your strengths, you need to double down and specialize. This is what we call the 1% rule. If you want to master something, you need to put in 1% better effort than 99% of people. Even if you started out at 1%, you'll still outperform the majority of people if you stick to it for long enough. No. 2. Everyone has excuses why they can't do something. People love to justify their inaction by saying things like, I'm too busy, I don't have enough money, I don't have the right connections. But the truth is, these are just excuses. These people would rather be safe than sorry. They don't want to take the risk of failing or looking stupid, and so they stay stuck where they are. Now, I'm not saying that these are bad goals, but if your goal is to be average, you won't need me to tell you how to get there. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll get exactly what you want. Mediocrity. But if your goal is to be extraordinary, then you have to be willing to do extraordinary things. You have to push yourself beyond your comfort zone and take risks that others are unwilling to take. When I decided to drop out of college and pursue entrepreneurship full-time, everyone told me I was crazy. My professors, my family, my friends, they were all worried that I was making a huge mistake. But I knew that I didn't want to spend the next 4 years studying for a degree that I didn't care about. I wanted to take a chance on myself and my own potential. And even though it meant going against the advice of everyone around me, I knew that it was the right decision for me. What's holding you back? What excuses are you making that are keeping you from achieving your goals? If you're honest with yourself, you'll find that it's usually fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of change. Whatever it is, you have to acknowledge it and overcome it. Once you do, you will be able to take the actions necessary to achieve your goals and live the life that you want. No. 3. Money is not the answer. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive coming from someone who's written a book about getting rich, but hear me out. Making money is not the ultimate goal. It's just a means to an end. The real goal is to live a life that you're excited about. A life filled with purpose, passion, and joy. Money can help you do that, but it's not the only way. Let me tell you a story. There was a guy who was obsessed with making money. He thought that if he had just $1 million, his life would be perfect. But once he got there, he realized that it didn't make him any happier. So he kept working, striving and hustling until he had 10 million, then 100 million. But no matter how much money he made, he was never satisfied. He was always chasing the next big thing. And in the process, he missed out on the things that really mattered in life. Relationships, family, friends. Sound familiar? Maybe you're caught in the same trap. Maybe you think that if you just make more money, everything will be better. But that's not true. Making money is just a means to an end. It's not the end in itself. So before you chase money for the sake of chasing it, ask yourself, what do I really want out of life? And go after that. No, for you can't do it alone. It takes a team. Building wealth is a team sport. And when you realize that, it becomes much more achievable. Think about it. If you want to build a business, you need a team. If you want to build a house, you need a team. If you want to build a life that you're excited about, you need a team. Now, I know that can be intimidating, especially if you've been trying to do everything on your own up until this point. But the truth is, you can't do it alone. You need a team of people who are experts in different areas and who can help you achieve your goals. That might mean hiring a financial advisor, a lawyer, an accountant, a coach, or a mentor. It might mean joining an entrepreneurship group or a mastermind. Whatever it is, you need to be willing to let go of the reins and trust others to help you succeed. Now, I know that can be difficult, but the benefits far outweigh the challenges. Having a team of experts in your corner can help you avoid costly mistakes, save time, and ultimately achieve your goals faster. Plus, it takes the pressure off of you to know everything.
Ow.
You don't need to have all the answers. Just bring your ideas, and your team will help you make them a reality. So are you ready to build your team? Are you ready to let go of the reins and trust others to help you succeed? If so, take action today and find the experts who can help you reach your goals. You'll be glad you did. No. 5. Time is running out. We all have limited time. We just don't know how much time we have left. So it is important to use our time wisely and not waste it on things that do unmatter. Now, I know that can be difficult. We're constantly bombarded with distractions, things that can pull our attention away from what's important. But it's up to us to stay focused and committed to our goals. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind and lose sight of the bigger picture. But when you zoom out, you'll see that your goals are within reach. You can achieve them if you stay focused and committed. Don't let distractions pull you away from what's important. Stay committed to your goals, and you'll be able to achieve them. So there you have it. 5 harsh realities about getting rich that most people don't understand. If you want to break free from the rat race and create a life that you're excited about, then it's time to stop playing it safe. It's time to start taking risks and pursuing your dreams. Are you ready to take the first step towards a more exciting and fulfilling life?